Chris Evans recently took time to answer fan questions and revealed how emotional it was to wrap production on Avengers: Endgame. Evans also talked about his favorite Captain America scene, his favorite superhero from when he was a kid, and the props that Marvel Studios has allowed him to take home. As it turns out, Chris Hemsworth goes big when it comes to taking props home from Marvel Cinematic Universe productions. Back in October of 2018, Chris Evans revealed that he had finally finished his scenes for Avengers: Endgame. It's not clear if he was involved in any of the secret reshoots that occurred over the last few months, but he said that it was his final day, which led fans to believe he was done with Steve Rogers for good. In a new interview, Evans was asked what he was able to remember from the last day of the Endgame production. The Captain America star simply said, "Getting emotional on the last day of filming. It was surprisingly emotional." Chris Evans previously noted that his final time on the set of Avengers: Endgame was an emotional day, to say the least. There have been rumors swirling since before Infinity War hit theaters that Steve Rogers was not going to make it to the MCU's Phase 4. The same can be said for Tony Stark. Both Evans and Robert Downey Jr. have said that they would rather go out on top than be asked to leave the party. It isn't clear if one or both of the characters will die, but it's beginning to look that way. Related, new Endgame TV spot gives us more of Captain America's inspirational speeches for taking home props from Avengers: Endgame and the other MCU installments. Chris Evans has some pretty choice items, though he wants more. It looks like Thor actor and co-star Chris Hemsworth is Evans' inspiration to go big or go home. Evans explains, "They gave me the shield. They gave me the cowl. I'm gonna ask for the suit. I never asked for the suit. Hemsworth got the suit. I want the suit." Evans should have no problem getting a Captain America suit. The actor famously extended his contract to take part in Avengers: Endgame, a move that was more than likely a tough decision for Evans. The interview went on to ask Chris Evans which scene featuring Captain America was his favorite. There are plenty of scenes that hardcore MCU fans are probably thinking of, but Evans didn't go for an obvious choice. Instead, he went with a choice that makes sense for his current working relationship with the Russo brothers. He had this to say, "I'm partial to that fight scene in the elevator, in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That was the first scene we shot in the second Captain America movie. That was my first time working with the Russos. It was the first time where it felt like Cap was kind of on his own. The first Cap movie, you really felt like everybody was holding my hand, and the first Avengers movie, I just did my best to not get in the way. The second Cap movie is the one where I kind of really felt, I suppose, pressure, and that elevator fight scene came out really great in my opinion." When it comes to favorite superheroes, Chris Evans admitted that he wasn't too into comic books when he was a kid. But after thinking for a moment, he admitted that it was Batman, specifically the first two Tim Burton installments, which really isn't a surprise. The Caped Crusader is a favorite for a lot of people, including MCU and SU actors and actresses. You can check out the rest of the interview with Chris Evans over at the Hollywood